Yo, what's up everybody? It's Garish. Welcome back to day 5 of our Red Teaming Ethical Hacking series. We're diving deeper into the world of cybersecurity, and trust me, you guys, this is where things get really interesting. In our previous video, we scratched the surface by discussing various types of hackers, white hats, black hats, you know the drill, but the landscape is way more diverse than that. Today we continue with part 3, diving into even more types of hackers. Buckle up because we're about to uncover some players you might not even know exist. Alright, first up, let's talk about botnet hackers. Imagine an army of computers, all infected and controlled remotely, working in unison to achieve a single objective. That, my friends, is a botnet. Now, these botnet hackers, they're like the puppet masters. They infect your devices with malware, turning them into zombies under their command, and they don't discriminate. Your laptop, your phone, even that smart refrigerator you just bought. Anything connected to the internet is fair game. Once they've got their digital army, they can launch massive DDoS attacks, steal sensitive data, even send out spam emails on a scale you wouldn't believe. It's like having your own personal army of digital soldiers, but for all the wrong reasons. Next, we've got the script kiddies. Now, before you picture some kids in hoodies huddled over their computers in a dark basement, let me clarify. Script kiddies aren't necessarily kids, and they're not exactly masterminds either. They're more like the kids in the sandbox who learned a new word and won't stop repeating it. They get their hands on some pre-written hacking scripts or tools online and use them without really understanding how they work. Think of it like using cheat codes in a video game. Sure, they might get some initial results, but they lack the deep technical knowledge to pull off anything sophisticated. But hey, even though they might not be the most skilled, don't underestimate them. They can still cause some damage if you're not careful. Now, things get a little more complex with hacktivists. These guys are driven by ideology. They use hacking as a form of protest, targeting organizations or governments that go against their beliefs. Think of them as digital activists, using their tech skills to bring attention to social or political issues. They deface websites, leak confidential information, even disrupt online services, all to make a statement. One of the most famous examples, Anonymous. Remember that Guy Fawkes mask? Yeah, those guys. They've been involved in everything from fighting internet censorship to exposing corruption. Whether you agree with their methods or not, there's no denying that hacktivists can have a real-world impact. Chapter 4. Anonymous hackers, ghosts in the machine. Okay, let's talk about anonymous hackers. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that the same as hacktivists? Well, not exactly. While some anonymous hackers might engage in hacktivism, anonymity itself is their defining characteristic. They're like digital ghosts, operating in the shadows. Their true identities hidden behind layers of encryption and obfuscation. They could be motivated by anything, profit, protest, even just the thrill of the challenge. The point is, they go to great lengths to cover their tracks, making them incredibly difficult to trace. It's like trying to catch a shadow. You know it's there, but grasping it is a whole other story. Chapter 5. Gaming hackers playing dirty in the digital arena. Now, for all you gamers out there, you know exactly who we're talking about next. Gaming hackers. These are the players who take cheating to a whole new level. They exploit vulnerabilities in video games to gain an unfair advantage. Think aimbots, wall hacks, the works. They ruin the game for everyone else, turning a fun competition into a frustrating and unfair experience. And the worst part, that they often sell these cheats online, making a profit from ruining everyone else's good time. It's like bringing a bazooka to a knife fight. Not exactly sporting, right? Chapter 6. State-sponsored hackers, cyber warfare on a global scale. Things get seriously real when we talk about state-sponsored hackers. These are the elite of the elite, working for governments to conduct espionage, sabotage, or even cyber warfare. They're highly skilled, well-funded, and their actions can have international consequences. We're talking about stealing state secrets, disrupting critical infrastructure, even influencing elections. It's a high-stakes game of digital chess, where the moves are made in lines of code and the pawns are entire nations. Chapter 7. Malicious insiders, the enemy within. Sometimes the biggest threat comes from within. Malicious insiders are employees or contractors who abuse their authorized access to an organization's systems for personal gain or revenge. They might steal sensitive data, sabotage operations, or even install backdoors for future access. What makes them so dangerous is their position of trust. They already have the keys to the kingdom, so they don't need to break down the door. It's a classic case of it's not the enemy you know, but the enemy you don't situation. Chapter 8. Whistleblowers. Exposing the truth, one leak at a time. Now, not all hackers are bad. In fact, some are considered heroes. Whistleblowers are individuals who expose unethical or illegal activities within organizations, often at great personal risk. They might leak documents, contact journalists, or even go public with their concerns. Think of them as the ethical hackers of the corporate world, shining a light on shady practices that would otherwise stay hidden. They play a crucial role in holding powerful entities accountable and ensuring transparency. Chapter 9. Cryptojackers. Silently siphoning your computing power. Let's talk about cryptojackers. Ever noticed your computer running hotter than usual? Or your fans spinning up for no apparent reason? You might be a victim of cryptojacking. These hackers hijack your computer's processing power to mine cryptocurrencies without your knowledge or consent. Imagine someone secretly using your car to drive for Uber. That's essentially what cryptojacking is, except they're using your CPU instead of your car. It's a sneaky way to generate profits at your expense. Chapter 10. Crypto-terrorists funding terror in the digital age. And finally, we have crypto-terrorists. As the name suggests, these individuals or groups leverage cryptocurrencies to fund and carry out terrorist activities. The decentralized and often anonymous nature of cryptocurrencies makes them an attractive tool for these malicious actors. They use it to transfer funds across borders, purchase illegal goods, and even recruit new members, all while evading traditional financial systems. It's a chilling reminder that as technology evolves, so do the methods of those who seek to cause harm. Outro, stay vigilant, stay informed. That's it for today's video on more types of hackers. We've covered a lot of ground, from the annoying script kiddies to the seriously dangerous state-sponsored actors. Remember, the world of cybersecurity is constantly evolving, and new threats emerge every day. The best way to protect yourself is to stay informed, be aware of the tactics these hackers use, and take the necessary precautions to secure your digital life. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll discuss even more fascinating aspects of ethical hacking. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated.